Hi everybody, I've got a special lady here today. A few months ago we did a fabulous podcast, Judy. Welcome Judy. And Judy is here today because I've got some exciting news. We have a new book out. I'm so excited for you. So those that don't know Judy's an author of 2 books now. My Doors of Destiny, which is all about her life, her struggles. It's so interesting about what you did and everything. You know, it was so good. And I'm just getting a signed copy today. I'm so excited. So the first one covered the struggles and the fighting with life. Would you say that's right?
Yes.
Judy?
Thank you, Di, for that lovely introduction there. My first book was really, I did it because we had lockdown, and it gave me an opportunity to do this book, and it's an autobiographical book, and it's about my life and struggles, as you say, on being taken seriously as a singer. You start off as a singer, and for me, I wanted to become an entertainer, which takes a lot of graft, which takes a lot of time. So I knew that I was going to have to leave my family, etc. And I did that. I started my life out on the entertainment road, if you like, as a blue coat. And I left Oldham, Lancashire, when I was 27 years of age. And if I can tell people to follow your dream, I know today it's not as easy as it was back then, but I just applied to be a blue coat and I got accepted. And then when I was a blue coat, I learned my trade from the bottom to the top. Mm-hmm. To this day, I don't think I'm at the top, but I'm somewhere very close to being at the top, because I've learned the hard way, and I think that's the only way that you're going to get anywhere, because you've got to learn the tough, you know, and to come through the tough. They say when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And that's what I've learned through all my life, really.
Very good. Oh my God. And then I just want to also put in about, with this book as well, the struggles thereafter that led through onto the dreaded menopause as well, which was a big part of your life, really.
I've struggled with anxiety all my life, and I didn't know that I had anxiety. But with the world of entertainment comes the demon drink. It's part and part of the life that goes with it. But at first you start off thinking, this is sociable, you know, it gives you that bit of edge, it gives you that bit of strength. And most of my working life as a blue coat was being sociable, and being sociable was being with a drink. Anyway, but I was always a sociable person. That's what I'd like to, you know, call myself. But going through, I was self-employed at 30-year-old, but then going through my 30s and 40s, I started having palpitations, etc., which I have said so much in my first book. Anxiety followed with that, but I thought the anxiety was because I had to entertain an audience, and I had to hold an audience, so there's anxiousness there in itself. Coping with the menopause was very strange to me, because I didn't know anything about it. That came to me really when I was about in my 40s. 48, when I started through the menopause, and then when I hit 50, it hit me back, basically. I thought reaching 50, I would be wiser, I would know a lot more things, but I didn't know anything about menopause. And again, learning my career was learning the hard way, and as well as learning about menopause was the tough way too. Everything for me has been tough, but I've come through.
Absolutely, 100% have you?
And I don't know how I've done that, because I've thought back to it quite a lot. But doing this first book taught me that, yes, I want to share with other people that although you get rejection and doors shut in my face, hence the title, My Doors of Destiny, the one that stays open, and it is the one that stays open, is where your path will lead you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a real eye opener for a lot of people, because it's so easy for especially nowadays to think, God, me, I'm in the depths of depression or whatever, and there's no way out. There is ways out, and I think that's paramount for all sorts of people in all sorts of backgrounds. But leading on from that, and this leads on to the second book, which is due out today. This is Tuesday. Wednesday. No, I've lost my day. Tuesday.
The 17th.
The 17th. Thank you, Judy.
Mm-hmm.
The 17th leads on to kindness through that. And this is all about the second book and the kindness of actually how kindness overcomes everything and becomes a healer.
Yes. To let me tell you about the title, The Gift of Human Kindness, is I've always thought I was a kind person, because I went into this life, you've got to be kind to be a blue coat. You've got to put that smile on your face all the time, even though underneath you might be going through all sorts of things. And as through life you go through your ups and downs, but you always have to be prepared to put the show must go on.
Yeah.
And you always have to be prepared to put that smile on your face. And maybe I've done that, but I've not really understood it. I put the smile on. I've done the songs. I've done the thank you very much business. Thank you for the music, if you like. But then when I thought about my second book, The Gift of Human Kindness, it was the kindness I was shown the day that I nearly lost my own life, if you like. I'm no stranger to saying that, and it is all in the first book. Life is precious, and for me to think of even taking that life away is something that was unheard of, because I performed in front of hundreds of people, and I love the ambience of people smiling at you and me smiling back, and getting that richness from the people's faces and the applause. The applause is tremendous because it shows that you've done a good job. But the kindness I was shown that day in 2018, between Christmas and New Year, which is a tough time for everyone, this doctor said to me, she says, there's no way that you're going to take your life. She said, the life that was given to you, she said, you were born with a talent, and she says, a talent that you had to work hard at, that you were prepared to work hard for, and she said, there is so much life in you yet. And that's what led me on to The Gift of Human Kindness. My second book is all about short stories about kindness, how I learned by saving a lady from being mugged one day. I didn't tackle anybody, don't get me wrong, but I saw a lady in distress, an old lady in distress, and I was always brought up to be kind to people. And all I did was take her away from the centre of the crowd and took her to one side. And it was a case of she'd misplaced a bus pass. And she got agitated. We ended up sitting down, having a chat over a coffee or a cup of tea, if you like, because tea soothes everything.
It does.
And so that was one story, and then I've done a poem about each story. But the whole emphasis of the book is the gift of human kindness, which is what we all have, but we've just lost that time. We're so busy that we've forgotten to be kind.
Absolutely.
And I found that in each story that I've done a story about nature, how nature shows you to be kind. Our simple walk, which is what is good for us, which you don't have to pay for, which isn't going to the gym. It's just going for a walk, and it's a 15-minute walk, which is the doctors have recommended. But when you take that walk, you must take in the sky, the trees, the smell of the grass, and the flowers. The flowers are so important, which is one of the stories that I've done in my book. I've also done about another gift that we have. We show so much kindness to our animals. So therefore, if you can show it to your animals, you can show it to your fellow human beings.
which is so important, especially nowadays. I think, you know, as we grow older in time as well as in energy, things do change, and that's good or bad or whichever. But kindness is always going to be the PowerPoint of it.
It's always been there.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
it's just up to us
Yeah,
to bring it to the fore.
yeah,
And if only we could show a little bit more each day, maybe take 10 minutes,
yeah, yeah,
you know, of your time.
yeah.
I was a story that came across to me one day was I was just walking down the road on my usual 15-minute walk, and a lady said hello, and I said hello back, and she said, "Oh, that's some smile you have."
Yeah.
And that was
exactly.
it to me. It lifted my whole day.
Yeah, and I think as well with this second book, these stories are all uplifting. There's a premise to them each, and there's a revelation in each of them.
Yes, it's illustrated.
Yeah.
Each and every story is illustrated.
Oh, fab.
And the illustrations in itself, if you look at them, they will uplift you.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, I've been helped from my friends. I couldn't have done it without them, because all I said to them was, I want a few words from you what kindness means to you.
Yeah.
And if you asked yourself what kindness means to you, you would come up with an answer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's what you do.
Yeah, that's right.
You know from yourself what kindness means to you. So this book is filled with quotations, short stories, poetry, and illustrations.
It's fab. I can't wait. And it comes out today, but I just wanted to say as well
Where you can find
where they can get it from the shops eventually and online eventually. But today, from today, www.mydoorsofdestiny.com is Judy's website, and I'll put that on the notes for this film as well. Judy, can't thank you enough for coming today.
I just want to say thank you so much to Di Wright for this podcast. She was the first lady that I when I put it out there, she replied back and said, I would love to get to know you.
Yeah.
I would love to do your first podcast.
Absolutely.
I'd never heard of the word podcast.
I know.
And all I can say is this lady is someone that you need to speak to.
Bless you. Mwah. Thank you very much, Judy.